Potentially later, he is going to have a little bit of time before that.
Yeah, because right now,
actually, Power Ranger is up in the batter's box waiting for that next game because gabrielwe33 and Baltazar are going to fight it out for that spot. So he does get his double jeopardy opportunity if he wins against Baltazar here.
Yeah, so we've got the first game starting up between Baltazar and gabrielwe33, and it's going to be Mammoth Fortress.
Baltazar on the Bryn, I believe.
Yep, Gabriel on that Bodvar, picks up the hammer immediately, tries to continue up and starve, but Baltazar coming in, sneaking and grabbing that spear. Trying to go for a little bit of an aerial approach with some of those weapon tosses, not wanting to contest the range of the hammer neutral air, but trying to just beat it out with his own approach. Weapon toss.
Gabriel with the hammer getting a lot of damage built up on the Baltazar. Baltazar trying to push him back just a little bit with the spacing of the spear and holding that map positioning as well. Gabriel trying to take it away from him with that hammer. The hammer not finding too many connections. Baltazar looking for the neutral stick, not going to find it. And Gabriel now moving with no weapon, just trying to create a little bit of spacing, throwing out some of those side air, side lights, and down light ground pound opportunities. It's not finding too much right now. Baltazar is playing a very good defensive patience game, and that is just paying dividends for him right now.
Ooh, dodges that down light. Avoids getting punished. He swaps over to the axe, but Gabriel again dodging these Bryn signatures. Baltazar looking for the knockout, but couldn't score it there with the side air. The second one will seal the deal. Now continue the weapon starve, juggling the spear up to delay the next weapon spawn, leaving Gabriel unarmed against this axe for a little bit longer.
Gabriel looking for some neutral airs, trying to knock Baltazar into the sky so he can try to get a juggle going. The weapon throw not going to connect and find that KO. He is going to go for the ground pound opportunity.
Oh my gosh, that was all it took?
Oh no. And now he's 2 stocks down. He got gimped off the side, and that is going to cost him so much. He's going to have to reverse 3 stock at this point just to have a chance.
Man, so now Baltazar looking again for these basketball bounces with the axe down airs, but no, carries him up into the sky with the 3-piece combo.
Looking again for that slide kick.
Jeez, Baltazar continuing the weapon starve even further. Gabriel has taken so much damage. Baltazar still working on a 3-stock here, just continuing. It gets the chase up off the top, but no! Gabriel finally scoring the knockout, putting a stop to all the momentum that Baltazar had built. But is it too little too late?
He's in the red already, and that's going to be a very incredibly tough position for him to get back from.
Baltazar definitely making that spear look more like a javelin, using the toss to cover so much space, and now he's back over onto the axe. Just needs one strong blow to claim game 1.
Side air coming out from Gabriel, just trying to push Baltazar away. He does find a hammer. He finally gets that weapon that he's been looking for, that he's been hungering for. But, oh, and he reads too much into Baltazar's edge guard game and mind gimps. Oh, that is unfortunate for him. He has to be a little bit more assertive with those wall approaches, because otherwise he's just going to continue to lose those stocks by falling.
I mean, it was a little bit tough because Baltazar kind of babysat him over towards the edge. You know, he went out there, expend his options, he had to force him low, and then the weapon toss down, baiting out the dodge, because even if you dodge in and connect with the wall, your invulnerability ends immediately.
Also, just the pure fear that he instilled into Gabriel with by controlling the narrative the entire time, preventing Gabriel from seeing a weapon for almost, what, 60, maybe 40% at the most, 40% of that game, which is quite a large amount if you think about it.
And it just seems to continue with Baltazar getting the first 2 weapon spawns this game. Gabriel finally finding that hammer, but he pays for it with a spear sidelight.
Oh, goes for that reverse side air, trying to read out Baltazar's movements. He's not going to find it. The weapon throw trying to disrupt a little bit of the movement from Baltazar, but that is not going to end up the case as Baltazar continues the onslaught of the axe oppression that he has in his hands at this very moment.
I mean, Bryn, she is a high-speed legend. That is where all of her stats are focused, and he's using it right now to just chase Gabriel around the stage. No, Gabriel sending him up into the sky, evening up the damage. Will he be able to turn this around, take the first stock? Oh, the backswing, getting a slightly different angle, but the scoop, sending him almost straight up. That's the first stock going the way of gabrielwe, now with the lead.
Looks like Gabriel is finding his stride just a little bit, finding a lot more success against Baltazar this time around, finding a lot more successful reads, the things that he desperately needed in game number one. He is going to get stopped out, though, by that ground pound, the hover ground pound from the axe there right on that corner of the ledge, which is such a great coverage option, especially when you're trying to prevent someone from getting back, trying to just connect them with something heavy. It is the right situation for the right time, and Baltazar pulled it out in the right moment as well.
Now Baltazar commanding the ground with those axe downlights, just keeping Gabriel up in the air. How much damage did he get just from those anti-airs alone?
Well, he's got Gabriel in the yellow, so at most 60, I'd have to guess. Baltazar, though, in the red now. He's in a very precarious position himself, as Gabriel does have a hammer.
Ooh, Baltazar, again, just covering so much ground and reads the jump, gets that downlight on the spear. Now we're back in it, neck and neck, deep red for both players.
Gabriel playing a very careful game now. He's a little worried. Baltazar is starting to control the narrative once again, and when that happens, Gabriel definitely backs off, tries to play a much more careful game. And that is sort of the point where he starts taking a lot of damage here, starts taking a lot of punishment. So he has to be very careful about being too reserved in his decisions, because that's when he just lets Baltazar just control everything going on.
That downlight covering the platform caught Gabriel landing. Baltazar now with 2 stocks to 1. Gabriel has the hammer. He just needs one solid swing. Oh, and there it is. The dodge was gone. He knew he didn't even have to worry about timing that combo perfectly. Even if it was a little bit off, there was no escape for Baltazar.
And then that coach pitch is the perfect option to find the KO in those situations. You got your opponent in the red. You've got your hammer in hand. You just need the very quick kill, and your opponent is coming in with the approaches. You just want to stomp, get that punish off, and then follow it up with the true combo, the side air.
Yeah, maximum damage. But now Baltazar is the one left unarmed. Gabriel, you know he was tossing that hammer up to try and weapon starve.
Baltazar waiting for that second side right. Not going to connect it, though. The side air coming out is going to miss as well. And Baltazar losing a little bit of the accuracy in his attacks that we saw so much of in the beginning of the game. And now Gabriel with the huge punish, pushing Baltazar off to the side and looking for an opportunity again. Side air bouncing off the stage. Baltazar with the recovery options makes his way back to the wall, trying to figure out he has that platform there to help him, and he is going to find the axe. And now this is where Gabriel has to be careful as well, because he can take a lot of damage very quickly if Baltazar can find just 3 hit strings once again.
He's looking for him, but Gabriel always getting out after that neutral air. Baltazar now evening up the damage. This is getting tense. 2 heavy weapons on the field. Either side air could close it out. Gabriel again mixing up his options. Baltazar not getting anything after the setup hits.
The side air is coming out from Gabriel. He's looking for that KO. He has the victory in his hands. Is that going to be enough? Weapon throw does not connect. He has to stop Baltazar from getting back, and he does make it back. A very bad situation for Gabriel, because he had the game in his hands, and now Baltazar is still alive. He can't afford this, but there it goes. He gets the recovery off the top. The force knockback from that final hit does go off before the weapon throw connects, so that is going to tie up the set 1-1 and give him a little bit of breathing room moving forward.
Geez, that was such an impressive challenge there at the end. Look at this. The spear toss coming down. It looked like it beat out one recovery, and he just immediately went for jump and another. Yeah, he went for the neutral air, then the recovery to close it out after the spear toss was spent. Beautiful. So now, sticking on the same legends, Baltazar on Bryn, Gabriel with the Bodvar. Matching up now on Miami Dome.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
This is interesting, because Baltazar played a very vertical game, either with those spear tosses down or the axe strings trying to bring Gabriel up into the air. And this map, definitely more vertical, those high platforms. So he's not going to be able to threaten them as well as he did with the spear downlights on Mammoth Fortress against that lower platform. So Gabriel might have a couple extra areas to land and reset to neutral.
All right, both of these players trying to get a little bit more damage. Balthazar having an incredibly successful start to this game. Gets the ground pound as well as Gabriel in the red. And he has to be extremely careful moving forward because these signatures from Bryn do lead to a lot of really early KOs, especially on small maps like Miami Dome. Uh-oh.
Oh, the setup. Look at the weapon tosses and the weapon start. The turnaround neutral signature. That's a perfect stock.
There's no better way for Balthazar to start this match off by not taking a single hit of damage. And now continuing to deal damage. It's just bonus damage on a free stock that Balthazar just happens to have. It's like this game started off with 2 stocks and Balthazar got a KO, and that just redeemed another stock for him. He turned in his coupon for a free stock at the beginning of the game if you won, you know, some amount of matches earlier in the tournament.
Oh my gosh. And the axe down airs just continue. Ooh, the chase dodge around the corner was a very interesting option. And now Gabriel unfortunately left unarmed. And the signature finding hit again.
Oh my gosh.
Right into the side air. Balthazar doesn't stop. 3 stocks to 1.
I'd say something like, Balthazar, you fiend, but, you know, that's a different player in this tournament. Maybe we'll see them fight. That'll be pretty interesting. But Gabriel has to lose for that to happen, and you know he is going to fight that with every inch of his being. Do not go quietly into that good night.
He doesn't plan to. He had quite a lead built in the previous game. He's got the set tied up 1-1. They've got a little bit more to go. This is best 3 out of 5.
He's trying to interrupt Balthazar just a little bit with those weapon throws, trying to stop him out just very so slightly, but he's down by so much, and Balthazar is finding so many successful hits here. The ground pound's so devastating as well. The scoops are pretty good. They're finding some damage here. They're setting up Balthazar in some situations that Big Gabriel can follow up on, but the follow-ups aren't getting enough disruption to Balthazar's game plan. He's just now getting to the red. Gabriel with no weapon as well. Recovery's not going to find that KO, and Gabriel is really going to have to find something here if he even has a chance of a hope of
oh no, Balthazar with the 3 stock. The mental damage that does alone. I mean, now he's up 2-1
no, look
in
at the damage.
Wow.
That's
Man, that is brutal. 589 to 184 on the damage. Incredible difference. I mean, the fact that he got him to 184 and Balthazar still survived, that tells you he wasn't finding the conversions into the big hits that he needed. He was only able to get like quick setup ones during the neutral game. And I mean, that pushes the damage a little bit further every time. And that's not what you're looking for.
I mean, that tripling of the damage numbers there is just very telling to Balthazar's just complete success throughout those matches. Gabriel having so much trouble trying to control the narrative, trying to bring things back to a state of normalcy where he can sit back, see the field around him, and plan out his next approach. Balthazar is just way too in there for him to deal with that, and the success that he's finding on those axe connections is just so disrupted to him that he just doesn't know how to follow up.
Yeah, so it looks like Gabriel is going to take a moment, try and figure out, you know, reset himself a little bit, maybe, you know, go grab some tea, grab some water, formulate a game plan. Maybe he's got the whiteboard and he's been sketching it out, you know?
Yes.
He's got to figure out what is the adjustment. He's down 2-1 in the set. Balthazar just 3-stocked him in brutal fashion. I don't know what the answer is.
Well, not only did he 3-stock him in a brutal fashion, but he also had a perfect stock at the very beginning of the game.
That was absolutely
Didn't take
insane.
A single hit of damage. Those 3-piece combos coming out of that axe kit are devastating.
I would recommend not going to Miami Dome again because Balthazar does have a very vertical game plan, and that is one of the most vertical maps available here.
In fact, just give yourself safety with platforms. Give yourself safety with long walls, and he's banning out all the ones that have those. Except for Mammoth.
Small Gray
That's
Hall,
the last
Small
one.
Enigma, they're gone. Now we are down to Mammoth Fortress.
Honestly, it was either going to be between this or probably Great Hall with his best options to come into. If he was going to have some kind of safety on walls away from Balthazar's relentless assault, the platform will be able to help him if it's positioned on one of the sides that he's on, because he can get back to stage, or at least to a grounded position that allows him to be a little bit safe for a moment. But we'll see how he approaches this match and if he is a little bit more successful here.
Gabriel going for a lot of these sword downlights, and Baltazar just hopping over them. And if they just trade back and forth, I mean, Baltazar wins that out just because of the extra damage on the axe. Ooh, beating out the dodge even with that axe neutral light. It lasts so long.
You're moving to go grab that hammer, and he gets the neutral light, gets a little bit of damage, gets the scoop as well. He does have Baltazar in the red. That's going to be a KO potential right here. It's side air off the map, goes for the recovery, and is interrupted out of it by the neutral light from Baltazar. And there's the neutral air as well. Baltazar is still surviving after all of these heavy hits.
Oh, stomp! No, Baltazar dodging away from the scoop. Both of them just jockeying for position around the stage, but now Baltazar is unarmed. Whoa, recovery trading with the weapon toss. Baltazar, that gave him enough time to rearm up with the axe.
And Gabriel's extremely lucky as well that his weapon throw actually connected, because he was able to pick it back up and find that KO off the neutral air. And if that didn't happen, if Baltazar did avoid that weapon throw, that hammer would have been gone, and Gabriel would have been weaponless and in a very underhanded position to try and find that KO.
So now Gabriel, he's got the opportunity here. How much can he convert into? Not enough. Baltazar saying, no more. We're going to keep this even. I can't let you take the lead for long.
You can't allow it. And you know he's not going to let him with the just constant success that Baltazar finds on that axe.
Now swinging around. I do like how Gabriel is just chasing Baltazar across the stage, not letting up the pressure. But the unfortunate part is, Bryn has higher speed. He gets to dictate the footsies if you're both just running after each other. So Gabriel having to swap on over, grab that sword. The neutral air's doing work. It is one of the best air-to-air buttons in the game.
Gabriel trying to find that weapon, finds the hammer again, but he's going to get knocked off stage too little too late. He's not,
my gosh.
I don't think he's going to be able to get to use this hammer, and that's going to cost him quite a bit, because that's the weapon he's been favoring the whole time. And now that he's forced out of that hammer, he's going to have to pick up a sword, trying to make that work, which we haven't seen too much from him recently. He can try to get a few hits off here, but it's not going to be quite the same kind of damage and force knockback that we do see from him getting with that hammer. Ooh, very nice play from Baltazar, and even nicer interruption there with the side air from Gabriel to just stop the momentum that Baltazar was approaching him with.
I mean, he needs to. Right now, Baltazar is just continuing to build this lead. It was such a huge turnaround on this second stock here. Gabriel started off with the lead. He needs this game to stay alive in the set. It is 2-1 Baltazar's favor. Now we're tied up on stocks. Gabriel's got another chance here. Swinging away, looking for the big hits, and it's Baltazar who finds the first one, continuing to build that damage lead. Has Gabriel into the orange.
He's going to lose his hammer again, finds the sword. If you can make this work, the versatility is right there waiting for him. The neutral air going to get dodged through. Baltazar looking for the neutral sig, not going to connect it, and is instead going to get interrupted out of it. And Baltazar looking for the side air, not going to find it. The down light into the neutral sig is going to find that KO. Baltazar taking the set down 3-1, and he is going to be moving on to fight Power Ranger in that losers quarterfinals. And unfortunately for Gabriel, he's not going to get that opportunity to get that salty run back. It's a little unfortunate.
Baltazar went for the neutral signature once before, got beat out by that down air. But you know what? Second time's the charm. We don't even have to wait the full count for the 3.
Exactly. The down air pop up into the neutral sig read. Very nice.
He knew Gabriel just didn't want to let up. He wanted to get back into the fray as soon as possible. And for that ambition, he was punished.
And we are going to, of course, see more from Baltazar later on against Power Ranger in the semifinals in the lower side. But